My family and I traveled from California to Ohio to purchase my childhood home. Join us on our family adventures as we renovate this 1960s bungalow into our family home. Previously on Why in the World Did I Buy This House? I Need Help. Jesus, Lord Jesus, help me now. And also I went about cutting some tile for the half bathroom, laying everything out to get ready to actually thin set and mortar this bad boy to the floor. So in today's video, I am laying out the tile and permanently securing it to the floor. So as you see, I am putting some thin set on the ground, and I am using a trowel, and it's a 1/4 inch. They have 1/2 inch and I think 1 inch or something, but I ain't really looked too deep into it. I know I have a 1/4 inch, and that's what I'm using for my 12 inches by 24 inches tile. And I'm just pretty much putting a thin set on the ground, using the trowel, back buttering each tile to make sure that those things are not going to come up at all, and it's not going to shift or anything like that, but it's going to be securely and firmly connected to the ground through this thin set. Also, I am adding these spacers. These yellow things that you're seeing, they are called spacers. They help space out the tiles correctly so that there's an even gap in between each tile. So when you are adding your grout can go in there pretty smoothly. It's not going to be, uneven or anything like that, but it will be a nice even flow when you actually are adding your grout. So now it's just rinse and repeat, doing this multiple times, putting thin set on the floor, back buttering your tile, adding your spacers until the entire floor is covered with tile. All right, guys, all the tile is dry. I can step on it, but okay, I'll stop. So what I gotta do is grout today. But before I get into that, just gotta be real. I messed up. Yes, I messed up. I messed up on tile. I got some lippage right here. You see? You see that? You see that? That's a lot of lippage right there. That means this tile is higher than there. It's like high in this area. So I gotta fix it. I got a lot to do, guys. So I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into this. Is there a proper way to get up tile? I don't think so. So in this case, I decided to use my grinder and to literally cut into this tile. I'm cutting into this tile so I can be able to use my little chisel thing, my tile chiseler or tile remover, and so I could just break up this tile. And it actually worked pretty well. I'm actually very surprised that it worked that well. And the thing is, after you rip up your tile and remove it, you got to get all the thin set that you just put down. You have to remove it all. And as you see, I am cutting more of the thin set because it was a thick layer, y'all. It was truly a thick layer of thin set that I put down, and that's what created that lippage. That's what created that lippage effect. And this chisel worked out pretty well to be able to remove this thin set so I can have a smooth surface so I can put down these new tiles. The process of chiseling out this thin set is not an easy process, y'all. As you see, it took me a while, and it's a lot of hard work, a lot of labor, and it's a labor intense type of work, as you see, chiseling, because you're not just hitting it lightly, you're hitting it pretty hard to really remove up thin set from the concrete. And after all that is done, I put another layer of self-leveling cement on to make sure everything is smooth and correct, that it's not too high in certain areas, not too low in certain areas as well. Then I went about adding my thin set and back buttering my tile once again. As you see, I'm adding thin set on the back of my tile, and then I'm placing it down and just removing it, picking it back up so I can see how much coverage is actually getting on the actual tile. And then I'm adding more thin set and back butter onto the tile and then placing it down firmly. So making sure that all surfaces on the tile is actually getting some thin set on it. If I would have told you that I removed 2 tiles from this bathroom, you wouldn't have never noticed. So like I said, I am proud of this process, and it worked out very, very well. And getting closer to the finish line, I'm finally adding my PVC toilet flange. And plumbing is actually not as difficult as I thought. You're just adding your purple primer to both sides of the PVC and then adding your rubber cement, clear rubber cement to both sides. Then connect your two pieces together, do a half turn or quarter turn to make sure you're removing all air and pocket gaps. All right, guys, so it is about that time now. Floor is done. Not done. Just have to put that vent in and then grout everything, and then it will be done and clean everything. As y'all see, I put up a wall too. Put up some drywall in the bathroom. So yeah, and then put up some more drywall here. Oh yeah, I cut a pipe too. So I cut these pipes down a little bit and then capped it off. But yeah, that's all I got, guys. So I'll check in with you guys later. All right, guys. So the grout that I'm using is this pre-mixed grout. It is in bright white. It says ready to use, no mixing, no mess, stain resistant, no shaking or shrinking, for joints 1/16 inch to a 1/2 inch. That's pretty much my joints. So finally, we get to the grouting process, and this is my first time, y'all. I never grouted anything in my life. I'm not gonna lie, this is weird. And the instructions tells you to push the grout in between each tile in a diagonal motion from right to left, from left to right. It's compacted in there, and there's no gaps or bubbles or anything in between. So you can make sure all surfaces are filled in between the tile. As you're doing this process of putting the grout in between the tile, it's also good to have a bucket of water, 2 buckets of water, and something to wipe up the grout with, because you don't want to have haze on the tile when you're done with it, because it's going to look very weird, very foggy and everything. So make sure you got a bucket, a sponge, and you're able to get the haze up as you're putting the grout in between the tile. Alright guys, just finished up the tile. Look at that boy, just finished up the grout process. Yes, that boy be grouted with the white grout. I really like the white grout. I'm glad that we chose that. It actually blends very nicely. It doesn't make everything look like it's one piece, but it's close. You know, it's like the closest thing. So let's put some light on here so we can see a little bit more. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. Alright guys, on to the next thing. Hi. Look at my wife in the bags over here. Bag lady. You know Miss Snowball. You got the money back in your head. And you look ridiculous. All the LED lights and stuff are connected. Painted the ceiling, painted the walls. As y'all see, white in here now. It's not that ugly color. And then we painted the hallway too a little bit. Yeah, you see a little bit. And also, let me show you this flow one more time. Look at that. But yeah, we're done for tonight. You know, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining us on this journey. Got another coat to do tomorrow. And more stuff to come, and more videos. And babe, you want to close this out?
He gone. Thank y'all for watching. My goodness. And check us out for the next video. Bye.